Hey guys, so I'm just picking up from where I left off last time, but what I'd want to say first, just if there is something, I didn't have the comments open before, but if there is something that you want to know more about, or there's something you want me to talk more about, please hit put it in the comments, and I'll try my best to do so if I remember or if if I know. But also, please like and subscribe if you want to keep up to date. So where I left off, I think it was where I had this as I said, the worst migraine that that I ever had. Um, and yeah, I fell on I fell to the ground, um, and I don't know how long I was out for. And I only know that I was out because before when I by the time I came around, there was a load of people around me, and it was really weird. This whole thing was weird because it was like having what I can only imagine to be an outer body experience where you see yourself, but you can't really affect anything. And so I had people that were they were there, and there was there was clear kind of panic, but I couldn't say anything, and I I knew I couldn't move, but I didn't understand why I couldn't move. But so I was just kind of dazed, and then I don't know. I think that there was this ambulance just driving by, and so it stopped, um, and next thing I knew, I was in the back of this ambulance. And they were asking me all kinds of questions like, do you know what your name is? And what your date of birth is. um, and in my head I was answering, but nothing was coming out my mouth. Absolutely nothing. And even when they asked, do you know what your phone number, or do you have any, is there anyone we can call? Or there was loads of questions. I don't remember now the questions that came up, but there was a lot, and I just remember being so. I don't know, the word I was gonna say was frustrated, but it's not frustrated. It was just me not really understanding why I couldn't say what I wanted to say. And and then yeah, and I don't actually remember much after that. I think I know that now that I'm thinking about it, actually, that I was in I got wheeled out of the ambulance. Yeah, because I remember now that yeah, because obviously I couldn't get up myself, and I got wheeled out of the ambulance, um, and still I was just dazed and confused about what was going on. Um, and then the next thing I know, I was in the a private room, where you were allowed visitors and stuff. And but it was still, I think anyway, it was still in the kind of accident and emergency area. But on and I and then there was my boss that was there, and he was asking me a lot of questions, and in my mind, was answering them all, um, but I just remember it being really difficult. Um, and yeah, and that was. that was it. I knew something was up, and um, I will leave it there. But yeah, if you have any questions, as I said, just write in the comments section. But yeah, I am. It was, yeah, it was one of those moments where I was like, um, uh, later you'll hear, but I really felt like I was in a dream and I was gonna get up soon.